All right, Melissa, stick around. We're going to get a bit more on the stock impact, of course, of these weight loss drugs. It's a conversation we've had before with Jared Holz of Mizuho Securities. He's the healthcare strategist there. And, I mean, you know, we've talked about this with you on set as well. Lilly and Novo, the front runners. I assume you believe that will continue for some time, Jared.
Hey, David, thanks for having me. Yeah, I think these are the two front runners for the next several years. Obviously, we're seeing large cap pharma companies and a whole host of biotech companies trying to vie for competitive positioning here. But at least for this year and the next couple, I think Lilly and Novo are just too far ahead. It takes so much investing, you know, just to get these drugs through development. Then you got to worry about manufacturing, commercialization, all those things. So over the near term, for sure, Lilly, Novo, I mean, the stocks have been incredible. And I think they'll be in the lead at least for the next few years.
Well, I assume you were listening to Melissa talk about other potential indications. I mean, are we just at the beginning here in terms of what this could mean? I know you've said before these will become the largest selling drugs of all time, but does it even go beyond sort of what people may be seeing right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of like, we're in the very early chapters of this novel, so to speak. You know, Zepbound from Lilly was just approved towards the end of last year. And, you know, Wegovy and Mounjaro have basically been obesity-centric drugs for, what, a year and a half, 2 years now? So we're really not even scratching the surface. And the demand is so insane. I mean, every other person I know is taking one of these drugs. The demand is so insane that you've seen Novo Nordisk and Lilly invest billions into manufacturing. So yeah, I think we're in the very early stages. We talk about it like it's like this market has been going on now for some time, but in essence, it really hasn't. And the drug isn't approved just for obesity as a subsegment of this population is very new.
Jared, we've talked about Viking Therapeutics, which tripled in a single day based on its dual agonist, which showed similar results to Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk's drug. But in terms of the 70 potential, you know, anti-obesity drugs in the pipeline, what do you think are the most promising in terms of actually breaking through? I mean, I know that there are several companies who are working with combination weight loss drugs plus drugs that will actually help you gain muscle mass. So combating the number one, you know, one of the biggest side effect concerns currently with this class of drugs.
Yeah, Melissa, I think on that point, I'm still probably betting on Lilly in terms of their pipeline and development. I mean, they've proven it before. They're working on other modalities, including, you know, less frequent dosing, which I actually don't think is that big of a deal. I think it's easy to monitor yourself as a patient on this once weekly. So I'm not exactly sure if this once monthly or once quarterly, or as you alluded to, once a year is really going to take off and be a game changer. But I think they're probably in the lead from a number of different modalities for the drug, including an oral, including muscle sparing. And there are, you know, a bunch of biotech companies kind of in the background working on that as well. And they're all kind of, you know, obviously super focused on it. I mean, every other headline we get out of this sector lately is another company, whether in the public or private arena, trying to, like, you know, tell the street that they have something in development or they're moving something into the clinic. So it's something we're going to obviously keep an eye on here for a while.
So what is the total addressable market? How do you make those calculations and give a valuation on a stock, which you clearly like? There's more demand than supply. But how do you think about the numbers and the potential? I know it's a relevant question for even some of the food companies that I cover.
Totally. I don't think you can really get to a realistic number in terms of the addressable market. I mean, the population in the U.S. of 330 million, you kind of have to separate that into the adult population. What percentage of adults are obese? Call it a third. That's kind of how the market models are being built. And you can get to some astronomical numbers if you're willing just to take the base population, what you believe is the percent that are overweight, and then multiply that by roughly $1,000 per month, which is the going rate of these drugs, especially if you're paying out of pocket. So it's very easy for analysts around the street to get to $100 billion plus. I know there are some investors out there who think $100 billion by 2030 is actually going to prove to be light. But on the other hand, you've got the payer complex, which you guys talked about earlier. Who's going to actually pay for it on the other side? I think right now, going back to, where we are in market adoption, I don't think we really scratched the surface yet in terms of getting the drug to middle America, different regions where the obese population is more prevalent because, again, affordability and access, this is basically a New York and LA and Miami type of drug for starters. But I think in terms of building the market, it's really population multiplied by some price, but it's unrealistic to be overly liberal because you have the payer complex on top of that and then, access and manufacturing. And can the drug companies actually make enough to, sort of satisfy the demand? That's where I think you're going to have abnormalities or reconciliations between estimates and what these companies